So, Will, first fight of the card, first win of your career in karate combat. We got to know, how do you feel?
Man, I feel amazing. It's just a long time coming. I've been training my whole life for to get to the pro level. And not only did I go pro, but I went pro at the highest level of karate. And I'm really excited to be here. And I'm really appreciative for the opportunity that I had to fight in front of my family, in front of my dojo, in front of my teammates, in front of the world. So I'm planning to come back and do it again.
You showed a lot of charisma in your pre-fight press conference. You had a nice stride to the pit. Where does that confidence come from?
It comes from my training. It comes from my partners. It comes from my coach. It comes from my brother. It comes from my dojo and everything I've worked for my whole entire life. This is who I am. I'm a warrior, and this is what I do. This is just, it's in my nature. It's in my blood. And that's where my confidence comes from. I know who I am.
You were the token holder vote of the pick by over 80%. Why do you think so many people felt that you were such a definitive going to win this fight?
Well, because I'm a Mexican, I'm a warrior, and I got a great smile. You know what I mean?
Talking about that Mexican style, you were going really hard to those body and in fighting. Was that part of the game plan, or was that an adjustment you needed to make?
No, definitely part of the game plan. Definitely part of the game plan. I go to the body with everyone I fight. It's just been my thing. I actually came back from no surgery, and so going to the body, making people tired, especially if they're coming out hot, something I like to do. I like stabbing the body with kicks, like going to the body. It's just kind of a Mexican style, Julio Cesar Chavez, you know. It's just old school Mexican boxing, and that's what I like to do. I just like to go in there, stand toe-to-toe, foot to foot, and bang.
Was there anything that surprised you from him, because he prides himself on a lot of unorthodox techniques?
No, nothing surprised me whatsoever. I mean, obviously he threw a few kicks and like it didn't work out. You know what I mean? His little karate stuff. Where's his Van Damme kicks? Where's his punch power? Didn't he hit me a few times? Right? He hit me. He has a 100% knockout rate. Lies.
So when it went to when the third round was ending, did you think that you had it, or were you feeling like it was kind of close and there was going to be a fourth round? Did you agree with the fourth round setting big?
I agree with 7, 8, 10 rounds, 19 rounds, 20 rounds all night. I'll fight all night long. I don't care about that. I was excited to go to the fourth round, but I did believe that I won all 3 rounds. He was getting desperate and doing a lot of tie-ups because I was throwing hands, and he just tied me up a lot, and I tried to stall out. I'm an MMA fighter. And we train a lot of ground, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. But that's not what I was here to do. I was here to strike. I was here to bang. So I didn't try to waste any kind of energy or time tying up, doing throws, going to the ground. And he was he's getting a little desperate in my opinion, because I was like banging him and I wasn't going away whenever he hit me. He got a little nervous, I feel like, so he started getting desperate and go for takedowns. But other than that, nothing surprised me. And I thought I won all 3 rounds, and I was happy to go a 4th round just to put the nail in the coffin.
So you have a karate background, but you're also a recognized crew. In Muay Thai, you have a Wing Chun background. You, as you said, you're an MMA fighter. What made you decide to go to karate combat out of any other option?
Cobra Kai, man. What are you talking about? Cobra Kai. I love that stuff. I love Karate Kid. I grew up watching all the Quest, Bloodsport, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter is the first video game I ever played. It started my karate career. I actually went to the Himalaya mountains to do a Hadouken, just like Ryu did in the Street Fighter Alpha 2 movie. I mean, I'm an anime fan. I'm a martial art fan. I love karate, and that's why I love being here in Karate Combat. It's kind of Mortal Kombat-like. The stadium, the pit, the feel of the crowd being so close. You're not in this huge stadium, but it's like a really awesome feel, and I like the anime-ish type of production they have here. So, that's me.
So a lot of people don't know this, but Texas was one of the home of the blood and guts era of karate. Do you feel like, especially with this fight, that Karate Combat's bringing back that blood and guts era of karate?
Oh yeah, man. That's why I wanted to do this, because I actually was about to fight my pro debut in Miami March 25th, but I got a little cut in my eye during training practice. It's just a freak accident, so it kind of set me back from that. And then within finding another match, another fight, I found Karate Combat, and I saw that they're going full contact karate, which is something I always love to do. And I come from a Kyokushin background as well, so it's the hardest form of karate. I have a black belt in Shotokan and Kyokushin. And also, one of my teachers, 2 of my teachers is Superfoot Bill Wallace. all-time American karate kickboxer, and the Texas Terror, Linda Denley. She's a really close mentor of mine, and she's from Texas. She was part of that Texas Blood and Guts era, and she just dominated the women's division, and she's one of my close mentor and friends and teachers. So I'm really happy to be part of this fight. You know what I mean?
So I'm sure everybody wants to see you back as soon as possible. Who would you like to fight next?
Doesn't matter. Anybody. Well, I say anybody because, I really mean that. But who I want to fight is a champion. I want that belt. We have unfinished business. I have nothing personal against Josh Quayhagen, but his student called me out personally, and, we have to settle the score between dojos. So that's what we're going to do.
Could you go just a little bit more into what happened with the altercation with the student?
Well, a few, I would have to say like last year or... Oh, look at that. Still bloody, huh? I would have to say that a little while ago we had a fight in Louisiana, and I had two guys. He had two guys, and I didn't know who they were or the gym they were, or I didn't even know Josh Quayhagen was the head guy of that gym. But my guy went in there. We lost the first fight, split decision. My second guy went in there, and we won in the first round knockout. So our gyms are 1-1. Months go by. We're getting ready for other fights. Nothing's happening. Totally forgot about that whole ordeal, that whole moment. And then Josh Quayhagen's student, Headhunter, whatever. What's his name? Headhunter, whatever. Headshot, whatever his name is. He messaged me trying to call me out. And we're like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, who's trying to do that? It's crazy. Like, someone's crazy. He's probably, like, on drugs or drunk that night or something. He's depressed or something. So I was gonna invite him over and just beat him up, send him off. But then I saw that Josh Quayhagen, his teacher, was the champion. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm from Texas. I like poker, and I'm gonna double down on the bet. So instead of fighting him, I'm fighting his coach, and that happens to be the champion. And that's the story.
Thank you very much for your time. Where can people find you at?
House of Dragons International. Check us out, guys, on Instagram. Will Esparza 0 on TikTok. Come check us out, man. If you want to win fights and be a beast, come see me in Houston, Texas. What's up?
So, Zakaria, was your debut.
Yes.
It was a great performance. The token holders actually had you as the underdog in this fight. Do you think that was an accurate fight, and how did you think of your performance?
Okay, so first question. I think, definitely underdog. I don't think anyone knows who I am. Adam Rosa has like a bunch of titles, world championships, karate. This whole card is Brazilians, so I feel like all the fan base were rooting for all the Brazilian people today, and maybe the Canadians, the Americans were the underdogs, so makes sense. Performance-wise, I never think I did great, especially today. It's first time, the pit, kind of feeling it out, just to know how the mat is, and that eye poke really screwed me up. Like, I was telling my dad in the corner, I could see the doctor giving me the hand signs, but gauging my jab and distance, I was off. So that's why when I threw my roundhouses, I kept clipping him like with my toe. So it was really hard for me. And then I have my dad yelling at me to he's like, go, he's tired. He's like, tired as you. He's taking time to get up. And that was like a big thing I noticed. When we both went down, I stood up right away. He was taking his time to get up. So I found that aspect, like I wanted to keep going for the fight, but performance-wise, I think I could have done a lot better, and I'm going to. So I'm going to sit back, watch film, maybe have my dad a little further away so when he yells at me, I don't punch him, because you always fight with your father, right? But, that's kind of how I thought my performance was today.
Yeah, George St. Pierre said that you didn't want any easy fights on your way up here, that he thinks that this was a great experience for you.
Awesome.
What would you say that the eye poke started feeling a little bit better, or did it really just affect you the whole fight?
No, the whole fight, honestly. It was the second round, the eye poke, I believe?
First.
So it was nut shot, like a nice hard one. And then it was the eye poke, I think, like 30 seconds later. When the doctor checked me, I was good, but the entire rounds after, it was not, like, catching up. It wasn't. And that's why I was like, okay, third round, fourth round, I'm going to stay close in the pocket. I know he's going to come at me. I'll just stay there. I'll do like inboxing, try to work clinch, try to sweep, or clinch, let go, strike. That was the game plan because my distance wasn't there and I didn't want to keep trying to fight it, throw a shot and miss, and then get countered with a punch. And that's actually what happened. I think it was a right or a left. I fell to the floor right after he hit me. I didn't see that shot because it was on the left side. So
you you mentioned boxing. You have a boxing background,
Yeah.
so you think all that experience and plus also your karate style has also some full contact nature to that. Do you feel all that experience has helped you prepare for this moment?
It helped me take a punch because out of the super heavyweights I fought, the world championship boxers I fought, the world champion UFC fighters I've taken a lot of shots. You need to know how to take a hit and get back up, right? That's one of the biggest things. And you need to know how to handle yourself and recompose yourself after you've gotten hit and not come out swinging and then get caught. You got to be like, okay, I got caught. What am I going to do to kind of fix those little mistakes and keep moving forward and, go for the win?
So you mentioned Canada earlier. You're from Canada,
Yeah.
but you were also repping not just the Canadian flag on your gi pants, but you were also repping the Moroccan flag,
Yeah.
the Croatian flag. What do all those flags mean to you, and why did you decide to rep all those?
So my dad is Moroccan. My mother is Croatian. So not only do I speak English, je parle français aussi. Tout le monde au Québec qui me regarde, merci beaucoup pour tout le monde. My dad is Arabic, so inshallah, everyone in Casablanca, Gym Factory that was watching me. I go to Morocco all the time with my dad. My grandmother lives in Canada from, the war back then. Croatia and Morocco play a big part of my life. I know my grandma, she's 94 years old, and she told me before the fight, go kick butt for me, I'm watching. So, ja ti volim puno, Aki. Ja mislim ja sam radio dobro, hvala puno.
A lot of great kickboxers from Croatia and a lot of great karate-based kickboxers from Morocco, I believe.
Yes, Badahari is a big one.
Yeah.
Mirko Krokov's another one. Mirsad from TriStar Gym.
Yeah.
Another.
Were any of those fighters that influence on you?
My dad always told me I could be a Badahari. He's, I think he's 6'6", like my height, but he's 255 pounds. And Mirko Krokop was a legend in the UFC, so that's just another big guy that's very good at striking. Two great guys, and there's a lot of other fighters that definitely are not coming into my head right now, but great countries with a lot of fighting experience. And I don't only want to represent Canada, I want to represent like where both of my parents are from, because all that culture is with me throughout everything. So it's part of me.
I completely understand that. So karate experience, boxing experience, a little kickboxing experience, and 2 amateur MMA wins. And training out of TriStar Gym.
Yes.
What made you decide to go with karate combat instead of pursuing more of an MMA career?
Honestly, I was in Morocco hanging out with family, and George St. Pierre called me, and he's like, there's a league, it's called Karate Combat. I think it would be a great fit for you. I could put you in contact with Adam, which I'm super grateful for, and he took the call. He flew me here for, I believe, KC39. I believe was that in Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so came for KC39, got to meet him, and he's like, next year, let's put you in, let's get it going. And I believe this organization's growing really quickly. So it's like a beautiful mix of full contact, because you don't see karate guys put on MMA gloves and strike. You see a lot of guys from karate-dos, karatekas do a lot of point fighting, and not that full contact in a pit, which is just something really awesome. It's different, changes the game, and I believe the fans really enjoy it. So it's something that's growing, and I'm great to be a part of it now and grow with the company. And I'm happy with, obviously a win is a win. So I'm happy to be part of this team and kind of keep going from here.
So heavyweight division is growing exponentially. We got four heavyweights on this card. Is there anyone you got an eye on in this division that you would like to face?
No, I would love to see this fight that's going to happen, I believe, on the main card, if I'm not mistaken. I want to watch Cody and I want to watch Antonio fight each other, just to get an idea of how they are, how they fight. I'll be able to actually watch it live instead of, watch film on them. Antonio, I know from the UFC. I watched him a couple of times. He honestly looks like a super heavyweight, to be honest with you. He's massive, but he reminds me of Johnny Walker. They're very similar builds. I got to fight and spar with Johnny Walker, so I feel like they'll be similar to both Brazilian. They're both very strong, very explosive, and maybe I'll fight one of the winners. I don't know what the organization has for us. I was supposed to fight a different person, not today. I got changed, kind of, Andreas, the magic maker, kind of made this fight happen. I was supposed to fight a Serbian guy, so, maybe I'll fight him next. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last champion of 205 was Ashraf, another Moroccan guy. And I believe he's coming back. So, down the line, that would be a nice match as well. But I'm not calling anyone out. I want to just see everyone in the league, and whoever's next is next. And I'm going to continue this path, like George said. It's going to be a hard climb up, but I'm excited for it, and I'm going to keep getting better every time. And, you know, today was today, and next time's going to be a lot better.
So you got your dad here, and do you think you consider yourself hard on yourself? How's your dad? Is he the type that he's going to say you're being too hard on yourself, or he's going to say that you
fuck no, sorry, no, I swear, no way. He fucking, everything's bad. Everything's bad. There's nothing good. He's back there, guys. He's like laughing right now. Everything is bad. Nothing's good. In the corner of the ring, he's like, you're not doing anything. Go, fight, punch. I'm like, I know. I can't see. It's like, I don't care. You got to go. And it's been like that. And we have a history of, in the past, we kind of separated, and dad became dad and not coach anymore. But as I grew up and got older, I noticed I always needed him there, because nobody, no one's going to nitpick at all your little mistakes. Nobody. Not like your father. Your coach, I've seen many coaches, thousands of top athletes. No one cares like your father does, and I finally understand that. And even all those negative things he says to me, I know it's because he doesn't want me to get hurt, and he believes in my skill set. So, you know, I kind of have to, what is it, from Bad Boys 2, USA, rub the ears, relax, and take the information and then put it into the game plan.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Before
Thank
we
you,
close, would you like to say where people can follow you and any closing words that you?
Yeah, of course. First off, none of this would have happened without one of my big sponsors that helped me pay for everything. Like it's hard to do all the training, hire all these coaches. So Recap and the guys that own it, thank you very much. This would not have happened without George. So thank you so much for this. And again, none of this would have happened without all my training partners at TriStar that helped me out. And one of the other coaches down in Quebec City, Samuel Gagnon, that helped me get ready for this fight and understand what karate fighting is like. And it did help me in the match. So big thanks to all those guys. Thank you for everyone here. Everyone's been a blast. You guys are great. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you very much, sir. You were fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
So beautiful knockout, Ana Luisa. What did you think about a first round knockout as your comeback win?
Foi lindo nocaute. Ele quer saber o que você achou desse nocaute no primeiro round.
Eu estou muito feliz. Foi mais rápido do que eu esperava, mas a gente trabalhou para isso, né? Buscando sempre o nocaute. E eu mostrei que essa é a minha divisão de peso. Eu vinha de lutas duras, lutando com meninas maiores que eu, e colocou uma menina que mais próxima da minha estatura, e eu me saí muito bem.
I don't wait for knockout in the first round, but I'm working for this, and I'm so happy because now in my division, this is my division. Before I fight with big athletes than me. And now I feel this is my division, and I'm ready for fight in this division.
When you found out that they were making a flyweight division, because I believe this is the first fight in the flyweight division, if I'm not wrong, how did you feel about that? Did you feel like this would be your division?
Ele está perguntando se você sente mesmo que foi a primeira luta nessa divisão, se você sente que essa divisão realmente é a sua luta. É nessa divisão.
Eu me senti muito bem, me senti muito rápida, tanto nos treinos quanto aqui na luta, né? Então, eu acredito que essa seja a minha divisão. Eu posso baixar até um pouquinho mais de peso, só depende de ter oponentes. Se as meninas do 5-2 toparem uma luta 5-5, eu estou pronta.
I felt very fast. I felt this is my division, and the training and the fight also. And if the company needs, I cut a little more weight. I'm ready for this, but I need to find new opponents for this category also.
So, from the women that currently are on the roster, is there anyone that you have in mind?
Pensando nisso, quem que você tem em mente para você enfrentar, lutar contra você?
Tem várias meninas na categoria 5-2 que a gente poderia lutar de 5-5. no próximo evento até, se quiserem. Sara, que não luta há um tempo, Sara Ibrahim, a mexicana também. Qualquer menina do 5'2" eu topo.
We have a lot of athletes in 52, and I am ready for fight against these athletes. Sara is one girl, is Mexican girl is another one, and I am ready for fight with them.
So Sarah Ait Ibrahim and Fabiola Esquivel is who you're calling out. So the final question I wanted to ask, there are 2 pit bulls already in karate combat, Luiz Rocha and Erica Carla Santos, but your fighting style, you could really call a pit bull fighting style. How come you haven't adopted the pit bull moniker?
Você tem muitas pessoas da Pitbull na tua equipe, né? Que treinam com você, a Erika, o Luiz Victor. E como você se adaptou para poder treinar nesse estilo Pitbull, para você, enfim, tá lutando como um Pitbull?
A gente tem Érica, tem Stephanie, tem Luiz. E hoje a gente tem um professor que é Júnior Dedinho, direcionado para os atletas do Karate Combat. E isso tem sido muito importante para a nossa preparação. Lá na Pitbull todo o treino é duro e eu mostrei isso na luta.
We have in our team Luiz Victor, Stephanie, and Erika, and we have now in our gym, in our dojo, only one person for prepare the athletes for karate combat, and this is amazing for us. His name is Dedinho, and he helped us too much for this fight, and I feel better now.
But why did she choose not to use the Pitbull nickname?
Por que você não usou o nickname Pitbull?
Boa, acho que a gente poderia usar esse nickname. Ana Pitbull, será?
I don't know why, but I can use it. This Anna Pitbull is coming.
Look forward to future performances for Anna Pitbull. Can you let us know where the fans can follow you and any last words you have for the Karate Combat fans?
Ele falou que os fãs do Karate Combat podem esperar da Luiza Pitbull, então.
Eu mostrei uma versão ainda melhor do que da última luta. E podem esperar que eu vou treinar ainda mais duro e vou estar sempre evoluindo. É o que eu tenho feito desde que eu entrei aqui. A cada luta eu mostro que eu estou um pouco melhor.
I will show for the fans in Karate Combat my new version. All fights I change my version and I put high my level and my performance, and I will train hard, more harder than now, and I will be ready for the next challenge.
And could you let us know where the fans can follow you on Instagram, Twitter, anything else?
Você tem algum Instagram, alguma coisa como seus fãs podem te encontrar?
Meu Instagram pessoal é @naluizas.
Naluizas? My personal Instagram is @naluizas.
Thank you very much for your time. So, Elijah, we got a laptop set up there right before your knockout. We'd like you to watch it and give us your initial reaction.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw him try and grab. I think, yeah. So obviously during the first 20 seconds of the.
Could you put?
Yeah, sorry. During the first 20 seconds of the fight, it was like just biding my time. Obviously, it's my first time in the pit, and I saw he was trying to throw like a couple of calf kicks, and I was moving around. Just biding my time, waiting to close that distance, and then obviously when I saw the opportunity, managed to land some strikes with my boxing. I knew coming into this fight that I was going to have the advantage with my hands. Hit him with a good, I think it was a 1-2 hook, and then saw him stumbling. And then when he went over to the pit wall, that was my opportunity to land the kick. It was at the perfect height, perfect distance, and that put him away.
Yeah, Raymond Daniels said before you were even known to be fighting in Karate Combat that you would be a great addition to the roster because, and I quote, "This boy got hands."
Yeah, well, me and Ray have been training together a long time. We're teammates. We've done a lot of sparring sessions together and stuff. So he knows of my ability with my boxing, and I was very happy that I was able to put it to use tonight and show everybody what I can do.
I saw a small video of you and Ray talking a little bit in the pit before your fight last night. What were some of the things that he was talking about?
Well, Ray is the best at getting you psyched up before a fight. Every time that we've gone to battle together, he's always said the most amazing things that just really give me that energy. And he was saying, he always says to me that, you know, I'm the best in the world. Just, you know, in what I do, I'm the best in the world. And with him saying that, that makes me really believe it inside as well, because, you know, he's the greatest of all time. And for someone like him to be there and hyping me up like that and giving me that advice, it just means the world. And just so happy to be able to get the job done with him. And he's going to do the same tonight. I know he will.
So you had a very impressive amateur career. You had a picture of you standing among a bunch of trophies. A lot of fans were even saying that you're a little bit of a trophy hoarder. Do you feel like eventually you're going to make your way to the belt and hold that belt for a very long time and hoard that belt?
Yeah, like I said in the interview straight after the fight, when I do something, I do it to be the best at it, and I do it to dominate. That's what I did in sport karate for so many years. Still, I'm dominating, and now obviously just changing venues to the pit. So my goal in this is to be the champion of the lightweight division. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'm not here to take part or just to be on the roster. I want to win the belt and I want to dominate.
But you definitely need to work your way up. So is there anyone you have in mind for who you'd like to fight next in the lightweight division?
I definitely want some more fights under my belt. But as for who, I'm not picky. I'll leave that to the matchmakers. I'm obviously grateful for the opportunity to fight anybody and test my skills. These are some of the best karate guys in the world, and it's an honor to face off against them. So yeah, just whoever's ready, and we'll see what the next fight's going to be.
Do you have any closing statements you'd like to make, and where can people follow you?
Closing statements, I'd just like to thank everybody that's been a part of my camp, my dad, my coaches, my family, my friends, my girlfriend, everybody that's been behind me, supporting me throughout this journey. We only found out that I was going to be fighting like 6 weeks ago on Karate Combat. So yeah, it's been a crazy 6 weeks getting ready, getting prepared for this, but it's been absolutely amazing, and can't wait to get back in there as soon as possible.
So a question from the press here. How good was that chicken with Ben the Bane Davis in the hotel room?
The chicken that we didn't eat.
Yes, yep.
Yeah, do you know what? I absolutely love that interview though. Ben is so funny. He is so funny. But yeah, that chicken wasn't particularly the best because I wasn't really allowed to eat it. But, you know, that was actually before the weigh-ins, even though we said it was a post-weigh-in interview. But we made up for it yesterday. Me and Dad, we went to IHOP straight after the weigh-ins. And, yeah, that was a longer-awaited IHOP. You know, we don't even have them in the UK. And me and my dad, we have a soft spot for IHOP. So every time we're in the States, we always go there. And, yeah, I think the poor lady who was taking my order had to get like 3 pages worth of notes because we ordered everything. So, yeah.
Follow-up, what is your IHOP order?
Oh, yesterday I had strawberry cheesecake pancakes, but because I obviously like a savory, but I like a bit of sweet as well. So then I had like hash browns, I had the crispy potatoes, I had the sausage, I had the egg, and then obviously that was just for the side. And then Dad ended up ordering like French toast as well, and that ended up being huge, so I had half of that, no problem.
We'll be sure to have French toast for the next interview. To take it to a more serious note, and feel free to answer as you will. What do you think your mother would say if she was here right now?
I think she'd be so proud of me. Honestly, I love her to pieces. Me and Dad love her to pieces. She'd be so proud, and she'd just be over the moon with what I've done, and seeing her sacrifices pay off. You know, she wanted nothing more in life than for me to be successful and to love what I do, and to be doing this professionally as a job, and to be here and showcasing my skills in front of the world. I think she'd be absolutely over the moon, and I know she's watching just from a different place.
She definitely is watching. Thank you so much, Elijah.
Thank you, guys.
So, huge win for you, Gabriel Stankunas. You won against a fighter with almost 100 kickboxing fights. How does that feel?
Você acabou de chutar um cara muito bom no kickboxing. O que você tem? Como você se sente?
Much respects this Ignacio is the very great guy, very great fighter, and I am very happy for this fight. I am hard worked the all days. I am very happy for my I follow my plan. Como posso escutar?
Listen.
I listen my coach. I listen my second coach, and I am very happy for this.
Fala o que eu falo.
Ok.
O que você fala?
Eu não tenho palavras para dizer o que eu sinto agora, a
I-
felicidade que eu tô.
I don't have words for say my happiness this moment. It's amazing because I'm working too much.
So one of the main things you said after the fight was maintain the strategy, maintain the plan. What was the game plan?
Ele perguntou que você tem você está buscando um novo adversário. Você falou ali no final. Qual que é o plano para isso? Qual que você está pensando?
I wanna the belt. I wanna respect for my name. And eu mereço isso, eu mereço o título e I wanna Yogan Shelmer. I hunter you, bro.
I deserve the title and I deserve the belt. I will hunt Yogan Shelmer.
So are you saying hunt in the sense that you just see him as your next prey, or do you feel like he's running from you?
Você está falando que você quer caçar ele porque você quer caçar ele ou porque ele foge de você?
This guy's run for me. Run for me. Eu vou caçar ele porque eu quero ele e eu já digo isso de um tempo. E eu já disse isso pra ele, digo na cara dele, eu quero você, irmão.
I will hunt him and because I want to fight with him soon. If it's possible, I'm ready.
So on the broadcast, on the unofficial rankings, you were ranked number 4. Do you agree with that ranking, or do you think that this win should bring you up higher, or does it not matter, you just want the title shot?
Ele falou que você hoje é o 4º no ranking. E ele quer saber se você tem um plano para isso, você simplesmente quer ir lá fazer esse show. O que você pensa em relação?
Eu sou o 2º com mais vitórias na categoria. Eu não entendo porque eu sou o 4º. Então eu acho que eu mereço subir. Eu acho que eu mereço mais. E eu quero mais. Por isso que eu quero Yogan Shelmer.
I have a lot of wins in my background, and the company need to see my records and put me with Yogan Shelmer.
How do you think you matched up with Owen?
What? Sorry.
Like, how does he think the fight will go with Owen?
Como você acha que essa luta vai ser com ele?
Eu vou me preparar cada vez mais, trabalhar mais duro, como eu já faço todos os dias. Vou voltar mais forte. Vocês podem esperar um Gabriel melhor cada vez que entrar aqui.
I don't know how it's happened, but I will work hard every day, and when I come here, I'll be better every fight.
So your coach, you mentioned you have 2 coaches. One is Mano Santana. Who's your other coach that was with you that you said that led to your success?
Ele falou que você tem o coach como o coach Bruno Santana é seu coach. Acho que ele não sabe que sou seu coach. E perguntou quem quer ser o segundo coach e como que isso colabora para o seu sucesso.
Ariel é meu preparador físico e faz parte da minha equipe de coaches. Também toda a equipe da Fusion Excel. Gostaria de agradecer o coach Julian, o coach Edward, o coach Bruno, toda a rapaziada da Fusion. Muito obrigado, todos os meus parceiros de treino. Esses são quem tem me ajudado a crescer muito. Ariel, que sempre está comigo também, meu coach, meu preparador físico. Eu tenho uma equipe muito, muito forte. O coach Mano Santana, que me ajuda muito todos os dias. E juntos a gente vai muito longe, juntos a gente é mais forte. E a gente é uma gangue, rapaziada. A gente é uma gangue.
He is my coach, also my second coach. Ariel is my second coach, and he helped me in conditioning part. And I have a great team, the biggest team. And I have a coach, Fusion Excel. Julian is another coach, and I have a lot of partners there. And these partners help me a lot. And my team is big. It's like a gang. You know, I have a big gang. And
Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, Leo. It's my gang.
Yeah. Felipe and Leo is friends for brothers for Gabriel, and they are here for see the fight also, and he's happy, and he told for us the team is very big, and this is why this is the reason for I go to the belt.
How soon would you like to get back, and where can they find you? On
Quanto
Instagram and
tempo
stuff?
você acha que vai levar para você voltar a lutar?
Eu aguardo o convite da organização, da liga. Eu espero que o mais breve possível. Vou me preparar. Sigo trabalhando todos os dias, sigo me preparando todos os dias. E qual foi a pergunta? Mais?
Como você pensa que você vai? Acho que é a mesma
Eu
resposta.
vou.
Como você pensa que você vai voltar? Como que você vai fazer para voltar rápido?
Eu aguardo o convite da liga, aguardo a organização me chamar. Eu sou um cara que eu não fujo da raia. Eu aceitei essa luta com 4 dias para estar aqui. Eu já vinha me preparando, mas aceitei com 4 dias. Não tive uma prolongação de preparação. Mas isso é para mostrar que eu estou sempre pronto, sempre à disposição. E meu problema nunca é quem está do outro lado, e sim as condições que eles me dão. Então, olhem por mim, olhem pelo meu nome. E eu tô aqui para o que for. Eu tô aqui para representar o Karate Combat, para representar o Karate.
He told for us, I don't I don't choose my opponent. I am here and I work hard every day. But I don't know when I come back here. I'm ready for come back soon. If the company look at to me and if the company put me for fight, because I accepted this fight with 4 days only. They call me and come for this fight. I'm ready. Every time I'm ready, and I prepare myself for fight against anyone. And this is not the another opponent is not my problem. My problem is the possibilities for come here and do my show.
What social media can the fans follow?
Se as pessoas quiserem encontrar você, qual que é a sua mídia social?
Vamos para underline. Tag me Gabriel Stankunas in Instagram and Gabriel Stankunas in Facebook and Gabriel Stankunas in TikTok.
Very easy to remember.
I am Gabriel Stankunas.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. Os.
Yes, thank you, Os.
1 second, more, 1 second. I am the blessed, bro. I am the blessed. Thank you.
So, Alberto, how does it feel to get your first win in Karate Combat? ¿Cómo te sientas de primero ganas?
Muy bien, ha sido un trabajo duro. Yo diría que para esto se llama resiliencia, de lo que fue constancia, entrenar, seguir, confiar en el trabajo, a pesar de que los números no estaban a mi favor. Yo creo que logramos el objetivo y de aquí en adelante creo que no me detiene nadie. Así que vamos a seguir escalando a pesar de que el récord no era el más favorable, pero yo creo que de aquí en adelante va a seguir escalando hacia arriba.
Okay, it was a hard work to do, but always we continue. Perhaps the numbers is not to him, but we try, and we try to training very hard for keep doing.
Yeah, I understand. I know your record hasn't been the best, and you've kept working hard to get this first win. What aspects of the fight did you think made you get the win? ¿Cuál es la característica?
¿Qué aspectos de la pelea tú crees que fueron lo que te dieron el gane?
Pienso que fue mi pegada. Creo que he mejorado bastante mi boxeo. Creo que la movilidad de karate es la clave, que cuando quería entraba y salía, pero también mejoré mucho mi golpeo. Además de que cuando lo tuve en el piso, lo golpeé tan fuerte como pude y sentí que estuvo cerca de mi victoria por nocaut.
I think the key was the mobility, the karate mobility, and I bettered my boxing too. So I think that the combination in both things was the winning for me.
You tend to have very good takedowns, nagewaza. do you think that also played a key part in this victory?
Que tú tienes una buena combinación de derribos y de trabajo en el piso. ¿Tú piensas que eso fue lo que te ayudó bastante al ganar?
Sí, por supuesto. Dentro de mi preparación, aparte del boxeo, kickboxing y karate, trabajo bastante los derribos, el judo, para justamente mejorar, llevar a las personas al piso, hacerles el máximo daño que pueda cuando están allí. Y pienso que es parte fundamental de mi combate.
Yes, my takedowns is essential for me, and I practice judo, karate, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu too. So it's part of the arsenal that I practice right now.
So you own a dojo in Panama. What does this win mean to your students?
Tienes un dojo en Panamá. ¿Qué es lo que significa esta victoria para tus estudiantes?
Para mí es bastante especial porque la semana pasada estuvimos muchos meses preparándonos para el Nacional Infantil y yo enseño a muchos niños chiquitos junto con mi hermana, mi esposa. Llevamos la academia que se llama Team Ramirez y llevamos 5 campeones nacionales y yo no me podía quedar atrás. Yo pensaba 100% en darles esa victoria a ellos. Ellos necesitan tener un instructor que sea capaz de ganar, de mostrarles con el ejemplo, no solamente con decirles que vamos a hacer esto, vamos a hacer aquello, no, sino con el ejemplo. Véanme a mí, sean constantes, que el trabajo y la disciplina y el éxito va a llegar si tú eres constante, si eres enfocado. Y creo que es lo que trato de demostrar cada vez que estoy en el pit.
Actually, the last week was the national for karate national, and they are students. They won there are 5 students that they are national championship. So they need to teach with the sample too. So it's constance is training hard, and she is an example for their kids.
Very good. Who would you like to fight next?
¿Con quién te gustaría pelear después?
Pienso que cualquiera que me coloque Karate Combat, estoy listo para cualquier reto, pero siempre he tenido pues esa espina con Samuel Erickson, porque esa primera pelea, o sea, no tengo nada en contra de él, pero sí me gustaría tener una revancha con él y cambiar quizás el resultado, porque yo estoy seguro que esa primera pelea la gané yo y él estaría muy contento de tomarla porque mucha gente habla de esa pelea.
They feel really prepared to fight for anyone to Karate Combat, but he feel that the first fight with Samuel Erickson, it was very controversial. So he think that want to do again because and he feel too that Samuel Erickson maybe was the same, want the same. So he is very prepared, and anyone to want to fight with him, he's prepared.
I like it. Anyone, any place, anywhere. And you definitely have proved that in your last fight against Matthew Stevens on 2 weeks' notice. You definitely proved that. So where can people find you on social media? What is your social media handles?
Dice que él está muy preparado, o sea, que él lo ha mostrado con diferentes peleadores que te has preparado, con Matthew, Samuel Erickson, entonces, y que tienes el apoyo de bastantes social media, entonces, ¿qué más te gustaría hacer?
¿Qué más me gustaría hacer de qué?
What is your Instagram? What is your Twitter?
¿Cuál es tu Instagram, tus redes sociales?
Bien, en Instagram me llamo Alberto Karate 1, TikTok también tengo, Alberto Karate 1, y en YouTube me pueden buscar como Karate Team Ramírez. Yo me gusta mucho enseñar y pienso que el karate lo quiero llevar a todos los rincones del mundo, y por eso es que me enfoco en enseñar pequeñas técnicas, tips, algunas clases que me gustaría que todo el mundo probara lo bonito y lo que es el karate, la pasión que me mueve a mí y que mueve a mucha gente. Entonces yo siempre he dicho y lo tengo como lema dentro de mi academia que el karate es familia. Entonces pienso yo que algo más bonito que pueda transmitir es eso, mi karate.
He has Instagram like Alberto Karate One, so and he has a channel, YouTube channel too, like KC39 Ramirez, and their channel he teach some techniques of karate, and he want to everyone can learn about karate and the beautiful art martial that is, and is very special to do. And sí, pero no sé cómo se dice el lema. He thinks that karate is a family, so it's one thing that every kid to have to learn. So karate is family for him.
Thank you very much for your time, Alberto.
Muchas gracias por ustedes y nos esperemos ver en una próxima vez, en una próxima pelea, en una próxima victoria.
Thank you for your time, and I want to see you in the next fight.
In the next victory.
A win is a win, but still, it wasn't like the way I wanted it to be. He got kind of injured. You know, it's an injury after I landed some stuff. You know, I landed a lot of shots, and then he got injured. So it's an injury like takes a little bit out of me, out of my win, but it doesn't take everything out of my win. I know I landed some good shots. I know I made he feel pain. You know, so he felt some pain, and I caused that. So that's probably why he gave up. Want to do it again?
They're going to try. I think they're.
That was just the water. Yeah.
Well, interesting interview so far. So, like you said, it was you were having a great performance. When something like that happens and you notice your opponent is hurt, for you as a fighter, do you feel like you have to go in for the kill right now, or was there something kind of holding you back, trying to see if he would? Like, how do you feel in the moment when you notice an opponent is hurt?
It's a very thin line, you know. It's like a feeling, and I didn't quite had that feeling like of going there for the finish, for the kill, you know, because I was a little bit. It was my first time here. I was getting used to the stage. I was getting used to the pit. I know I'm gonna do a lot better next time.
Speaking about next time, is there anyone you have in mind for who you would like to fight next?
I wish my performance was better, so I could ask for someone. But since it wasn't that good, I'm just gonna wait for what they have to me, what Karate Combats has to offer me.
Sounds like we have some enthusiastic Rin fans outside. When your opponent came in the second round and immediately started with that kick, knowing his foot might be injured, not knowing necessarily to what degree, what went through your head with that, let's say, bold move right off the bat?
I don't even. It wasn't something like that I thought about it at the moment. It was just a fight. You have the blood. It's hot, you know. So you don't really think about the minimal details.
So, as a former UFC fighter, I think the token holders voted for a lot in your favor. Do you think that played a factor in this decision, and do you think people have a lot of high expectations for you going forward?
Yeah, sure. I have higher expectations for me going forward. I should have. That wasn't my best performance, you know. I know I did good. I like that I did some stuff that I wasn't used to do. I used a lot of my hands, a lot of boxing, and usually I'm more of a kicker, and I was anxious to show my boxing skills, and I'm happy that I could do it this time.
There's been quite a few former UFC fighters in karate combat, and a lot of them tend to see karate combat as not like a step down or UFC junior, but just a different league and a new way to grow with the promotion to have a new birth in their career. Is that how you feel, and why did you decide to join karate combat?
It's a great opportunity, right? It's a great event. It's very organized. The promoters of the show are great people. I really like the style, the rules, the set of rules they have. It's like for fighters that like to strike, it's like the perfect match, and that was me. When I saw it, I didn't even hesitate. I agreed with signing the contract right away.
So, I believe you used to fight at middleweight. What made you want to come up to 205 pounds?
You know, as we grow older, usually our weight goes up too. You know, that's a little bit of a factor. But the biggest factor was like it was like kind of a short notice. It was a month to the fight, like a little bit less than a month, like 25 days. So I wouldn't be able to do 185, but if I have a little bit more time, I will be able to do 185, and I can like float between divisions, easy.
But how do you feel at heavyweight? Do you feel like this is a weight class that you could be dominant in?
Yeah, sure, both divisions. Of course I have to work. I have to work on some stuff. I have to be more myself, like to feel more loose in there. But it will work.
Would you like your next fight to be at 185 pounds or 205 pounds?
That's a great question.
You have to go back to your coaches and decide.
Yeah, I have to go back to my coaches and see where's the better opportunity right now. I would love to fight at 185 again because that's where I came from. But if the best opportunity it's 205, I will go to 205.
Any closing thoughts?
I just want to say thanks to my family, to my coach, to everybody who supported me, to my friends. I love you, and I'm so thankful to everything that God has done to my life. And Brasil, todo mundo está me assistindo, muito obrigado. Minha família, meus amigos, as pessoas que torcem por mim, muito obrigado por tudo, galera. Amém.
Where can people find you on social media?
So you can find me at Instagram, Arroyo_UFC.
Perfect. And maybe one day that will be Arroyo_Casey.
I hope so. Mm-hmm. I hope so. Thanks.
I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we're here with Raymond, the real deal Daniels, back in the win column, now at catchweight. We're going to open up the questions directly to the press, starting with Rob from McDojo Life.
What's up, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you
Man,
doing?
I've been watching you do your thing since back in the day, ISKA, NASCA, just tearing people up. And seeing you come over to Karate Combat has been a joy because I feel like it's been an evolution of Raymond Daniels up to this point. And what I've noticed is your first few fights, it looked like almost like you couldn't get into your groove. But this fight, I felt like we got to see a little bit more of the real Raymond Daniels. Do you feel the same way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think a couple things happened. One, my mood changed. You know, I love winning, but I hate losing. The sky isn't high enough to show you how much I dislike to lose. You know, so the mood changed. So from me going out, just having a good time, playing around a little bit, just doing what I do, but to me and going and showing everybody, you know, my art and what I've been able to develop over the years. So yeah, I came out with a different attitude. Plus, I know Sasha is a game fighter. I know he's gonna come. I know he's gonna bring it. So thus you didn't see any dancing when I came out this time. You just saw me focused, dialed in, ready to go, and my goal was to put him away.
Last one for me. I noticed that a lot of guys have a hard time adjusting to the ring itself, right? And it's not something that's readily available. Like an MMA cage is readily available. There are most gyms or mat space, you know, rings, stuff like that. But this is a very unique ring. So what was the adjustment period like to get used to this ring with your style, which usually requires a lot more space?
Yeah, it is a different because of the angle that the pit is on. You know, you have to be able to circle and move a little bit different. The edge and the angle comes up on you at different times, and when you're either pressing an opponent or opponent's pressing you, it's really weird. I think of like some of the old movies and stuff where the knights were on the horses and they kind of get high ground on you if they go up on top of that pit. So it's just a different experience to be in there. So just, you know, having now being my third fight in there, I was a lot more comfortable with understanding how to maneuver around it if I bumped into it, how to spin away and continue to keep my momentum and motion going.
I'm looking forward to seeing more, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Daniels? Eddie Mercado here with Bloody Elbow. First of all, congratulations on your win. Excellent fight.
Thank you, thank you.
How did it feel coming in for a catch weight? I know last time you came in heavier than you really like to fight, and this time you were able to do a catch weight. Was that more so because of the short notice of the match, or was it just something you don't want to fight that heavy?
No, it was I think it was a combination of things. One, the very first match I had, I fought was a short notice fight, so I just fought at a heavier weight, the 185, because that was just to get going with the league and everything. Then I fought at 165, which is my normal weight class. I was supposed to fight at 165. However, I think I had like 4, maybe 5 opponents that would not sign a contract to fight me.
Wow.
So Sasha had an opponent back out, and his opponent literally said that he just didn't want to fight him. And so Sasha didn't have a fight, and they were like, hey, what do you guys think about this fight? I was like, you know, I know Sasha's a down fighter. He's in for him to cut all the way down to my weight class wouldn't be fair. So I said, hey, I'll come up 10 pounds. You come down a few pounds. We'll meet in the middle and, you know, put on a great co-main event show. And that's kind of how that kind of came together. It was like a last-minute thing, and I knew Sasha was a fighter that wouldn't back out of a fight. He knew I wasn't somebody that wasn't going to back out of a fight. And honestly, I was really looking forward to fighting him out. It was a pleasure and an honor to share the pit with him, and I hope he's doing okay. I heard his eyes a little bit messed up a little, so I hope he's doing all right.
So for the Agaya fight leading up to it, the training, the preparation, I mean, you had so many things going on, right? You had your neck injuries you're battling. I believe you moved. Just a whole lot of new things. I believe a new child, right?
Yeah. My beautiful daughter, she will be 1 year old on the 25th of this month.
Congratulations. What a blessing. That's
Yes.
awesome. So, you know, you had some time to kind of settle into your new, so to speak. So how do you feel coming into this matchup? Were you able to kind of put a lot of those other X factors to the side a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was reading this article, and it was talking about the different, like, stressors of life. Before going into that fight, I literally moved, had a new child, sold my business, opened a new business, moved to a new state. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I had a whole lot of different things besides my injury. Plus, I had to train and stuff like that. In hindsight, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. You know what I mean? As a fighter, my job is to believe in myself at all times. But sometimes I don't know when to tell myself not to take a fight, because my neck, I got cleared by the doctor, but it wasn't in a state where I was able to fully do what I'm capable of doing. That being said, that's taking nothing from Rafael. He did a great job that night. Sure. He won that fight. But I'm looking forward to the opportunity to fight him again. And I promise you guys will be a total different type of fight.
Fantastic. And I mean, you're a legend, right? It's accepted. It's well known. You know, this is nothing new. And like you just said that you have trouble not taking fights. But you're talking about like 4 or 5 guys who didn't want to fight you, people who didn't want to fight Sasha. What do you think is up with that? Like, why would they miss an opportunity like this?
Yeah, well, see, that's why I appreciate Sasha. And during the press conference earlier, I said the league needs more fighters like Sasha. I know they're talking about new rules and stuff like that. I think one of the rules, if I'm going to throw anything out there, they need to introduce a passivity card for people that are not engaging.
Yes, like Pride used to do with the yellow card.
Yeah, you take away somebody's purse a little bit, or you take away something like that when people are not engaging. Ooh. I think that would make people engage a lot more. So if you guys are asking me for the new rule, I think a passivity card for people who are not engaging. That being said, a lot of people aren't willing to risk it. You know, risk versus reward. You know, people want the fame. You know, everybody wants to go to heaven, they say, but nobody wants to die, right?
Right.
So it's like most of these people, they want to be a superstar, but they're not willing to take the risk of fighting someone who might make them part of a highlight reel, who's going to put that pressure. Like, I was intrigued on the opportunity to fight Sasha. I'm like, oh, he's somebody who's gonna come forward. Like, even when I hurt my foot, I'm like, oh man, my foot is hurt, but this guy's still. I'm hitting this guy hard, dropping this guy, and he get up and he's still coming at me. I'm like, what is wrong with him? But that's the kind of person I enjoy fighting, because it brings the best out of me, because they are trying to fight, they're trying to engage. So, you know, it's a shame that sometimes you're having those fighters, and I'm obviously not going to throw anybody's name or anybody out under the bus or anything like that. But there are a lot of fighters that, think about it, I've had 3 fights. 2 of them were not at my weight class. The only person that fought me was Rafael, and Rafael is a champion. That is why he has the heart to do that. But a lot of the other people are, I don't know, not willing and able, I guess.
It's a shame. Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Who has the next question?
Mr. Daniels, Mallory Woods from SportMartialArts.com. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, brother. How about yourself?
Been doing good. It's been a good month. Brother-in-law won.
Yes, sir.
Your younger teammate won, and you won tonight.
Yes.
Taking it back to your teammate, Elijah's a guy that you've known since he's been 9 years old.
Yes.
You guys are teammates in the WACO/sport karate world. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Oh, my man Elijah, mate, you did great, mate, as they would say in the UK. My man Elijah's my man. I mean, it's like, okay, as a martial artist, it's about passing it forward and paying it forward. It's about giving back to the sport. So for me, my goal is always to pave the way for the future generations. Elijah is that future, one of those future generations. Even my man Ross, as good as Ross is doing. Ross is a younger generation. I've transcended generations in my sport. And so my goal was to pave a way and to show everybody what we were capable of. Everybody got a glimpse of Elijah. That's Elijah's first professional fight ever. And that's just a glimpse of what that young man is capable of. So for me, it's an honor to be that role model, to be able to have a reach all the way over to the UK and be able to influence a young man like that and be able to guide him. He's stayed at my home before. I taught him how to drive on the correct side of the road. But it was amazing to go out there and see him be able to bring everything together. You know, it's been a lot of years of hard work and dedication that young man has paid. He's traveled a long way to get over here. Hopefully he gets a knockout bonus, because that was a very impressive win for him. But, you know, for me, that's what makes this all worth it, when I can be able to be that example for people. And I'm very fortunate and blessed that I'm able to still be out here and do it.
There's been a talk about stables here. We talked about, stables from the Pitbull brothers from Brazil. We've talked about, people fighting from Machida Karate. There are now 3 all-stars that are in karate combat. Do we have room for another?
Oh, there's always room for more all-stars. It's an all-star studded event now. So my man Robbie is obviously out here doing his thing now. I got my man Elijah and myself, and we, as our all-star squad, we always like to just let people know we just need to know what the rule set is. You know, if you tell me the rule set, it can be point fighting, it could be kickboxing, it could be whatever you want it to be. Just tell us the rule set, and I guarantee you we will be able to fight the top of the food chain in any organization in the world. We pride ourselves. You were talking about evolution and the evolution of me. That's why I call my martial arts system the Evolution Martial Arts Center, or Evolution Fighting Systems, because I feel like as a person, as a fighter, I've continued to evolve over the years. I've been very fortunate and blessed, and I've developed an ability to be able to do this at 43. I don't think there's any 20-year-olds doing what I'm doing right now.
Thank you, sir. Happy early birthday to you, baby.
Thank you.
Is there any last questions from the press?
Yeah, I got one more. One more, since you brought up the All-Stars. Since All-Stars got brought up, right, I remember back in the day, right, when when people were coming up through ISKA, NASCA, WACA, all that good stuff, right? The team to be on was Paul Mitchell. That was like the team, right? And I have to assume that they approached you at one point. And I have to assume that you were probably like, I'm going to do my thing. And by doing that, you created a team that is incredibly talented. Is there anybody else on the roster you might be thinking about maybe trying to push up here?
Let's see. We got some really young guys that are coming up and stuff like that. I was actually on Paul Mitchell for a couple years. The reason why I had ended up leaving the team was just a difference of I wanted to travel and do these type of things, travel internationally, continue to test my skill set. But we got some young guns that I got coming up. I got like Pau Serifico, who's one of my little young young lions. I got my young kid Tice Talbot, who's on the team. His brother's Dagan and Kane. I'm not sure they're still like teenagers, but I know Tyson Powell have some skills. And then we got some boys up in Canada area. Ben they're up with Trevor. So I have a few young bucks that like Elijah that I'm definitely interested in bringing on board.
Well, I already know you got an eye for talent, man, because I always love seeing the guys from your team fight, and they always do work. So it'll be interesting to see the next up-and-comers and what the new team comes from Raymond,
Yes,
so
sir.
you got a good eye. So I'm looking forward to seeing who comes up next.
Thank you.
So, Raymond, I'm going to give you the last word. What are your closing remarks?
First and foremost, I want to give glory to God, and through Him all things are possible. I want to thank my lovely wife for being so supportive. She always looks out for me and takes care of me and makes these camps very easy. And my little baby Rhea, I love you. I can't wait to get back home. I can't wait to celebrate your first birthday. My son Ray J, you're a little bit older now. He just moved to Texas with me though, but I love you, bud, and I'll see you when I get back home as well. Everybody else, I appreciate it. I will be back as soon as my ankle heals up. Raphael, Cohagen, I will be looking forward to your fight, and RD will be near. If any one of you guys happen to not want to fight on that day, if my ankle should be okay, I will be more than happy to hobble up in there. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm here. I'm ready to do my thing. My mood changed. As you see, there was no partying. There was no dancing when I came out. I came out to put in work and do business. So now you guys are going to see a very different RD. So I look forward. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much for your time. And just one last thing. Where can people find you on social media, and where is your new dojo located?
Oh, yes, definitely. You guys can find me on social media at RD_GOAT. It's Raymond Daniels _ and then GOAT stands for greatest of all time. And most importantly, God over all things. So RD_GOAT. And my martial arts school is in Georgetown, Texas. It's called Evolution Martial Arts Center. The address, baby, is 4879 Williams Drive. See why I keep the wife with me? You see what I mean? See what I mean? Why do I? Yeah, we're not open there at that address yet, but she still keeps all them. She keeps all the important information and numbers and things of that nature. So.
Thank you for your time, Raymond.
Us.
And we are here with Luiz Rocha, and still undisputed lightweight champion. Who has the first question from the press?
Luiz, congratulations. I believe now you have more wins in karate combat than anybody else. So you fought someone who you're very familiar with, Bruno Souza. Did that make things weird out there? Was it kind of awkward competing against someone you're so close with and know pretty well?
Acho que você provavelmente é o cara que tem mais vitórias no Karate Combat agora. Você enfrentou o Bruno Souza, que é um cara muito próximo de você. Ficou uma coisa meio estranha lá dentro do pitch ou não?
Thank you. No, fight is the fight for me. I respect a lot Bruno Souza because he's a great man. But in the fight, I respect more because he's a great fighter. He's a student of the greatest karate dojo in the world, the Dojo Machida. And my mission in this fight was test my Kawari game versus a specialist in Kawari game from Machida Kawari. And I am happy and to show that I am the more high-level karate in the league, for sure. Maybe Rafael Gaev is the better WKF fight, but from adaptation to karate combat to full contact, the biggest level in Kawari is the man. And in this fight, I improved a lot my cardio. I fought 5 rounds, and I was ready to fight 6 rounds if necessary. But I think that I was clearly dominant in all fights for the 5 rounds because these 5 rounds is done, and I finished the fight good, fine. My cardio is okay. And now I would like know that what the people can talk about my cardio.
Yeah, your cardio definitely held up, and you dropped Bruno with a beautiful hook, I believe, towards the end of the fight. Are you surprised that he didn't go out completely and he actually took it?
Você derrubou o Bruno no último round com ele, acho que foi um cruzado, né? Você ficou surpreso que ele conseguiu voltar na luta?
Everybody know the power of my left hook, and when my left hand enter, is normally the people's goes down, but Bruno is a amazing fighter. He's a traditional Kawari world champion. He's a MMA world champion from LFA. He's a former UFC fighter, and I think my punch was good, but Bruno was a true warrior to back.
Thank you for your time.
Hey, Luiz, congratulations on your victory. A lot of times people are, they're asking to fight you, but I wanted to ask you as the champion, who would you like to see next?
For sure, my division is the more high-level division in Kawari Combat. Is the division with more biggest number of fighters, and for sure, my next challenger will be a great fighter. Might be Scrivers, might be Varga, I don't know. But in the June, Agayev and Josh will gonna fight, and God bless the two fighters for everything gonna be fine. But if have a problem with Josh or with Agayev, I would like stay here to substitute if necessary.
And one last question for me. During the first 2 to 3 rounds, as Bruno was giving you fakes, you didn't bite on any fake that he did for the hip, hip fakes, leg fakes. You didn't even blink. Was that part of your plan, or are you that familiar with Bruno that you knew it wasn't a threat to you?
The Kawari fight, the Kawari game is this: distance, control, a fake, movie, and Bruno is a specialist in this game. And me too. And this was my mission, to show that I am the best Kawari level fight in the game. Maybe the people look to this fight and think, oh, little emotion, little action. But if you understand about Kawari, understand about fight, you know that. And this fight was extremely hard in the game. I look to Bruno Ayes and I back. When Bruno back, it's very, very, very hard to fight versus a Kawari fighter with high level. And for who understand about Kawari, this was an amazing fight for sure.
Thank you very much.
We got time for 1 or 2 more questions if the press has any.
It seemed like out there you were almost having fun with Bruno. You know, there were a lot of smiles, there was a lot of interaction, a lot of like calling of the shots. Was it a fun energy in there? Like, how was fighting Bruno different from fighting other opponents?
Parecia que vocês estavam se divertindo dentro do pit, entendeu? E você sentiu isso na hora da luta lá? Você sente isso com os outros adversários também?
Always. I love do it. This is my job, this is my life. I love it. And when I gonna fight, I think if I am not stay here, I would love stay here. So if I am here, I need improve. I need enjoy. And I love it. I love do it.
So both pit bulls won tonight. Is this a sign of success to come that Pitbull Brothers is the most dominant camp in karate combat?
Você acha que muitas pessoas estão falando que o Pitbull Brothers, você acha que é a maior academia mais dominante do Karate Combat com as vitórias de hoje?
Might be, but for sure, the more dangerous left hook is by Pitbull brothers. My left hook, knockdown, and Luiza left hook is a knockout, take TKO or KO, I don't know. But I think the Pitbull brothers have a lot of fighters, and that Wood can be here. I will talk to Adam and Andres, and if possible, the Pitbull brothers have more fighters to show here.
I'm going to leave you with the last word since you're the champ. What's your final word?
Qual a sua última palavra que você queria deixar aí, depois dessa luta?
I want more. Who's next? Let's go, son. I need fight, son. My last fight was in August. The 8-9 months for between one fight and another fight is money time. I would like fight soon, more fast, 4-5 months in the maximum, and if possible, I can fight in June. No problem for me.
Final last thing, where can fans follow you on social media?
Onde os fãs podem seguir você nas mídias sociais?
My Instagram is Luiz V Rocha, and Facebook Luiz Victor Rocha, and my Twitter is Luiz Victor Karate MMA.
Thank you very much for your time, champ.
Thank you, everybody.
Os.
Thanks for watching. I'm Layla, and if you liked what you just saw, make sure you subscribe.